Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our model build for the Caillou Evangelion Artpla Evangelion Beast Battle of Geofront model. This is a model I picked up from Artpla Sculpture Works. It's got Caillou on it. Basically, it's the Evangelion Production Model 2, the Beast from the Battle of Geofront. So this is a model that I've always been interested in. The sculpts, there's various sculpts of these out there, but this one is a huge painting project. This is not at all like a Bandai build. You know, Bandai builds, you can see by the components here, this is really building a sculpture, and it's not like a articulated mecha, but it has great movement lines in it. It is definitely like having your own sculpture that you're building out. So I'm really excited to jump into this one. I picked this up in a recent trip to Japan. I got it at Yodobashi Camera. I think I paid about 7,000 yen for it, and then after getting like the tax rebate, whatever, I think I got it down to like 6,500 yen. I got like $500 off from the tax review there. So you can see like the sculpt's already coming together here with the arm. These, I am trying to put this together. You can, in the instruction, there's a paint through guide to this, and I'm trying to put it together so that I can spray components and then assemble them. So I'm sort of assembling it out of order a bit, and that's only to isolate components that need to be sprayed different colors. So basically the whole model will get a black prime coat at some point, but then after that there'll be some components that will get a for example, the metallic red. I've got a metallic red from Tamiya Paints that I'll use for the Eva Unit-2's battle armor. Then there's some hand painting for yellows and some whites, but those components, I think you can assemble them separately, so I'll try to segregate the components and then paint them that way. Here's the other arm coming together. Like, for example, in this one, those forearm plates that you see aren't put in the model right now. I will put those in probably last and leave them matte painted, and this way they really stand out that way. And the other thing about this model is it's definitely not like an RG model where you can snap it together. This requires some serious rubber cement to keep everything together. And you do need to do a bit of pre-build. So I think my tactic here is cut the components out that I need just for that section of the build. Trim them down as needed if there's any spurs or something like that from the plastic. Do any sanding I have to do, and then sort of dry fit it together, and then go ahead and rubber cement it in. Here you can see the detail on the back of the beast mode where those cylinders kind of rise out, so that's pretty cool. Those of you who've been with the channel for a while, you know that I tried to do a DIY kit bash from an old Eva Unit 2 model. It's kind of funny looking. It definitely is amateurish, but redeeming on any Beast fans now with this Eva Model 2 Beast Mode production model. The other one that's kind of interesting is not everyone knows, but when Eva 2 is in this Beast Mode that's shown here, this is actually Mari piloting the Eva Unit 2, which is pretty controversial, I think, with a lot of fans that came out of Rebuild of Evangelion. This is not Asuka. Asuka does have her own Beast Mode. I think we can see Asuka in Beast Mode twice, where once she's kind of in Beast Mode when she fights those production models in End of Evangelion. And then again, in Rebuild, she has her moment where she becomes a tiger. Here you can see the base of an angel. This is the angel from the Battle of Geofront, so it's pretty cool. More painting to come on this one, but just getting it pieced together here. And then I'm starting to get into some spraying. I'm going to spray this black for the main body, and then I'm just going to keep, I've just masked off some areas that have to be glued, so I won't get spray in there. For the legs, I'm going to be hitting these with the metallic red. That's going to really pop there. And I'll also do that with the thighs and the legs and the feet, so we can get all of those painted up at once. And then some small components that fit the painting scheme too. I'll get those covered with our first batch spray through. So I'm placing all those back cylinders across Ava Unit 2's back, and you can see them here in close-up. They fit really great, really well designed, these spines. And they also are textured, so they're going to take the paint well. I'll base paint them black, and then I will do a dry brush over them with the red and the blue color. And that'll allow that sort of mesh pattern to reveal itself without too much work. So now off to the spray. I've got some flat black matte. I've got this Tamiya metallic red, and start spraying. Yeah, this Tamiya red, it adheres pretty well to the model, so I'm foregoing the base coat, and I'm just going to hit this with the red. Red on red should be fine, and it'll get that nice metallic finish for all of this. And then I'm going to wrap it up with the black spray for the rest of the components. Like I mentioned, I've got the components broken out so that I can isolate white parts, red parts, yellow parts, and then I will do some things like, for example, I'm going to just simulate the arms being gray. I'm going to use like a Zenithal Prime to do that one, and I'm going to kind of go with my own kind of color palette for this. And then I'll also get things like, the shoulders will be yellow. I'll get those with brush painting, and we'll see that later on in the build. But right now, yeah, getting that matte base paint down, that'll make it really easy for other paint to take on top of it as well. And then I'm also going to get into the base painting at some point too. But right now, just getting the arms and the main body and the legs sort of situated. So with the spraying done, I'll let these get dry to the touch, and I'll bring them back in onto the into the build area, and also just sort of arrange out what we've got. There'll be some other components that have to go into this, some inlays, some hand painting. So we'll start working on those next. I'll probably be hitting the shoulders of these as separate ones. But yeah, this is a good place to probably stop the first part. We've got the main pieces here. We've got a nice gloss on some of these. I'm assembling the legs here so you can see sort of the legs getting put together. And once those dry, I'll be ready to move on to the next section, and we can sort of finish that up in part 2. There's also a bunch of components that I didn't add in the original build. Like there's a neck component that I've added on here, and I'm going to hit those again with the flat black and let those dry. So yeah, you can see the torso. Here's those components I mentioned. You can see the leg mounts. You can see the spines on the back. Main torso is looking pretty cool. You can also see the legs are now dried and put together. So we'll let these sit for a little bit because this is going to have to be weight bearing. And then you can also see the arms with the flat black. I'm going to start doing those yellow shoulder components, and I'll be painting those cylinders in part 2. So you can, if you guys can check out the links, like and subscribe. We will let you know when the next part publishes. And actually, we have a huge back history of Evangelion. If you want to go check out our channel, you can also check out our bookstore link down in the description. And you can join us on Patreon for as little as $1, help to support the channel. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. As usual, your comments are welcome below. Like and subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll let you know when part 2 of Evangelion Production Model 2, The Beast, Battle of Geofront model build is completed. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.